Imagine stepping into a classroom where Chaucer, Shakespeare, and Woolf are taught by both human scholars and machine learners. This is not science fiction, it's happening right now. If AI can write essays, annotate texts, and even generate interpretations, what is the future role of the literature student? Let's explore. Welcome to Lights on Literature. Today, we examine one of the most compelling intersections of humanities and technology: how artificial intelligence is transforming the study, teaching, and interpretation of English literature. AI is no longer just a tool for engineers or scientists. It has entered classrooms, research labs, digital archives, and creative writing studios. Its impact is profound, reshaping reading practices, reinventing literary analysis, and raising philosophical questions about meaning, authorship, and the human imagination. AI as a reading tool, close reading reimagined. Traditionally, close reading relies on the human ability to trace patterns, detect nuances, and appreciate the subtleties of language. AI amplifies this. Machine reading at scale. Artificial intelligence can process millions of words in seconds. This allows scholars to analyze the linguistic style of entire literary periods, track the repetition of motifs across dozens of texts, compare author styles quantitatively. Digital humanists call this distant reading. It reveals patterns invisible to manual analysis. Sentiment and tone analysis. AI models detect shifts in tone, emotional arcs, and narrative progression. For example, algorithms can map the emotional trajectory of a Dickens novel from despair to redemption visually. Stylistic fingerprinting. AI identifies an author's signature even in disputed text. Who actually wrote a funeral elegy? Which chapters of the Odyssey vary in style? AI contributes data driven insight to long standing debates. AI in interpretation, new pathways to meaning. Interpretation is central to literary study. While AIs do not understand in the human sense, it generates provocative interpretive possibilities. Pattern interpretation. AI can detect intertextual connections across centuries among texts. How many modern dystopian novels echo 1984? Which post colonial narratives parallel Victorian adventure fiction? Metaphor and imagery detection. Models trained on figurative language help scholars discover networks of metaphors across a writer's entire body of work. Philosophical question. If AI generates a reading of a poem, is it valid? Does meaning emerge from the text, the reader, or the algorithm? This tension enriches literary theory itself, sparkling discussions on authorship, intentionality, and hermeneutics. AI in literary research and archival studies. AI is revolutionizing archival work, particularly with historical and fragile texts. OCR and manuscript restoration. AI powered OCR reconstructs damaged manuscripts, reads the fading ink, and digitizes handwritten texts. Recovering lost voices. Machine learning has enabled scholars to uncover anonymous women writers in the 19th century, non canonical voices in colonial archives, patterns of scholarship, marginalia, and revision. Accessibility and global connectivity. Once hidden in archives, texts are now searchable, comparable, and accessible worldwide, democratizing literary study. AI in the classroom, teaching and learning literature. Personalized learning. AI provides customized reading guides, adaptive quizzes, and grammar support, helping students at varying proficiency levels engage deeply with literary texts. AI generated annotations. Tools like intelligent glossaries explain archaic words, historical context, and rhetorical devices. This reduces cognitive load and enhances comprehension. Classroom dialogue with AI. Students can converse with models trained on Shakespearean style or ask contextual questions about a given text. This does not replace the teacher but augments the learning environment. AI as a creative partner. AI also produces creative writing, poems, stories, and stylistic imitations. The critical questions now: is AI creativity authentic or derivative? Can algorithmic writing be considered literature? Does it threaten or inspire human writers? Many argue it expands creative experimentation, enabling hybrid forms where human imagination collaborates with machine generation. Ethical and critical challenges. The AI literature relationship is not without challenges. All interpretations may inherit cultural or gender biases embedded in the text it learns from. AI writing tools raise concerns about plagiarism, originality, and evaluation. Can machines appreciate irony, ambiguity, or emotional intensity? This debate is ongoing. The task for scholars today is to balance technological efficiency with humanistic sensitivity. AI is not replacing the study of English literature, it is expanding it. It strengthens research, democratizes access, and introduces new perspectives on texts that have shaped human culture for centuries. Yet, at the heart of literature remains something AI cannot replicate: the lived human experience, the emotional resonance, and the interpretive imagination that define us as readers. As we move forward, the goal is not to choose between AI and literature, but to understand how they can illuminate one another. If you enjoyed this exploration, like the video, subscribe to Lights on Literature, and share your thoughts in the comments on the question: how do you feel about AI entering the study of literature? Thank you for watching.